everybody. This is Love from Above by your Sibling Spirit Guides. I'm Maureen, and this is my brother.
Hey Maureen, hey everyone, this is Brian.
Hey, Brian, we're so happy to be here. If you can believe it, on this podcast, we share daily channelings we receive from star beings, ascended masters, mythical beings who really exist, and occasionally our ancestors. And today's topic is fascinating messages from distant star beings. Brian put this one together, and wow, Brian, we've got messages from beings who live in our mountains to beings who look like hermit crabs. Like, I'm really fascinated by this one.
Yeah, I think we mentioned that before. We've had, I call Maureen's the like telephone, a telephone. It's like old fashioned. I think of her like in Times Square, a telephone booth to the universe because we get all sorts of people, our beings from all over. So it's fascinating, really.
Yeah, and we'll have to cover the latest one we've been getting is from this group that called themselves the Illumined Ones. We'll have to go into that in the next podcast. But this first one is really, really fascinating. Do you want to kick us off? The topic is embracing the wave of galactic ascension.
Yes, sure. So this is from January 3rd of 2024. And it says, we come forward from the far reaches of this galaxy. We liken our bodies to a hermit crab. We are another we are another variety of life forms that are sustained in a liquid suspension. Our bodies are small, but we have great perceptive powers that are called upon to meditate in the collective council. You may call us the Orwellians, like George Orwell. The name doesn't matter as long as you can distinguish our messages from the others that you receive. We bring forth the ones who first introduced himself or herself. She is our beloved communicator with the outside realms. Um, so before we go in there, so do you remember any of this, or is it too long ago? Because it's
No,
so.
I don't remember it at all. And I read it when you sent it to me, brother, and I'm like, oh my God, like hermit crab like beings
But
who
then there's someone who's their communicator, and there's a lot going on, and they're Orwellians. I mean, is there some significance to that? I was like, I don't. That like, there's a lot to take in before they even gave us any message.
Yeah, and the thing that I found most fascinating is they said that our bodies are small, but we have great perceptive powers, and we are called to mediate in the collective council. Like, so, I mean, it's all again. I point to Hollywood, brother. Like, we have to. If you had had this in a Hollywood movie, how would you even believe it? But like this little hermit crab, who is on the collective council, it's just it's mind-boggling, brother.
Yeah, it's a
Mind-boggling.
hermit likened to a hermit crab, but sustained in a liquid suspension with other beings that we've talked about are like in a liquid suspension. I think they look like jellyfish or something, but they're same sort of thing, these advanced. So, it don't judge a book by its cover. You get tell they're these small beings, but powerful and super perceptive. So it's amazing, really.
Yeah. So I'll continue with this message from their communicator. Um, Whoever this communicator says, hello, I bring forth messages that are unlike the others, for we see through multiple eyes. We are capable of witnessing events in millions of different locations. I mean, think about that. Think about that. I mean, we've got our two eyes. Like, think about being able to see. That is amazing. In this way, we monitor much of the universe for this galactic region. A great wave of love presents itself to those who know how to harness its power. This is likened to a tsunami, a rare event that can capture the attention of many, many. We wish to tether you to this energetic wave so that you may enhance your auric fields to the greatest capacity. There are many benefits. The ascension process, which you generally seek, will rise to meet your needs. We are likened to a guardian angel who hovers And then I go on to say that I could see them like in my auric field. And they told me to just accept this ride. And I said that I would, as long as it was for my highest good and the highest good of all beings. And they ended by saying that you are loved and cherished like a diamond for a newly engaged bride. So Brian, just once again, like we have all how grateful must we be? We have all these healings and upgrades, and I was tethered to something that was like a tsunami for the ascension process, and you can only have big gratitude for all of this.
Yeah, it's a charmed life, definitely. It's all the thing that are going on right now. It's amazing. So yeah, continuing with our theme about different star beings, I'm going to take us now to August 12th of 2024. This session was titled Spiritual Guidance, Reunification, and New Feelings of Love. And so this starts with, we come forth, we are known as the Watchers. We watch all over the humanity from the birthplaces of creation to the end of time as it's known. We come forth now, ushering in those who wish to speak through Maureen's breath. Sisters, known as your brothers and sisters, they hail from distant stars. They come forth now. Hello, we're most pleased to make your acquaintance. You may know us as the Ashurian Brotherhood. Know that we have sisters among our ranks as well. We, um, it's the word you don't know, the brotherhoods and sisterhoods. So it's called a brotherhood, but they're saying, it's for both sexes, right? Please prepare to link hands and join us in our everlasting circle of divine brotherhood. We recognize the word brotherhood sticks in our sister Maureen's mind. These words hailed from a long ago and are no longer relevant to these times. However, um, so um, they said change your name from Maureen to Matthew, and such a change would be discordant to your being at this present time. These are trivial matters. We shall move on to our discourse for the day. So um, don't don't get upset that it's called a brotherhood. It's
Well, I guess it did stick in my mind when you said it, and then you're the one who points out it. What was it? The Great White Brotherhood that is
oh
not
yeah, it
really.
sounds like some Aryan
That's
nation or something, and they said the same
that's
thing. It's just
it's not really PC in today's time. Yeah, the Brotherhood of the Ashurian Brotherhood, but they're saying that they do have sisters. Um,
it's
so
just
I'll
an
go on.
ancient name, yeah. So that anyway,
Yeah. So I'll go on with what they say next. They said, we come forward to herald the joyous news of the reunification of the assembled mass. Many come forth now to usher in new feelings of love. For a while, one can feel the pleasuring of a typical love. There is always room for love to grow. The more the satiated ones who dip in divine love advise us to consult the masters before embarking on a new journey. We inspoke the same for the brother and sister as both embark on new journeys. This week, these shall bring about fortuitous times for those who wish to augment their present circumstances. The sister discordant cords wrap around the lower extremities. We shall release these now. The eyes shall be open to the greater truths of the one creator. That is all. We leave you in the love and the light and wish you the highest vibrations as you embark on glorious new adventures. So when was this? This was
it
because
was
we've definitely
August.
had a lot of new adventures. That's for sure, brother,
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, so and again, yet another blessing that these beings are working on us, and they're happy to work on anybody. I mean, it's not that we're um specifically targeted out. I mean, they're happy to work on anybody who's calling on them and requesting assistance, right, brother?
right. Absolutely. Yeah, I was again. We're just the messenger, but we're no special. I think there's I think you see it all over. There's so many different people channeling or getting messages. So there's a lot of information coming through these days from all sorts of people. So it's just which all aligns with everything that we're hearing too. So I think it's all good.
Yeah. So I'll go on with the next one, which was from November 8th of 2024, and this was galactic communication and Earth's integration. They said, "Hello, we come now. We notice you are worthy of hearing from higher selves. We are now to communicate through your body. This is easily done as you relax deeper. We note your travel to Cusco, Peru. We say it is wise, such an enormous, vacuous, centrifugal, energetic vortex. You are indeed wise to connect with the natural beings who seclude themselves, cloak themselves within the bounds of the sacred and holy Urubamba River Valley." So I got to stop right there. Yet again, I have to tell you people, you don't have to be psychic to go to the Sacred Valley of Peru and take one look at it and be, this is indeed a sacred valley.
Yeah, interesting. So did you know that when you were there that there was natural beings who seclude themselves and cloak themselves by the river valley there?
Yeah, well, like I said, that whole area just sparkles. And
Yeah.
thank you for pulling this up because I was thinking the next, because I really do try and go to Cusco and Bolivia. Peru and Bolivia, like there's so much sacred ground in both of these places. And this reminded me, brother, because the last time I got to Cusco, so I see almost every night the divine beings who surround us. And, I got to Cusco, I was like, oh my God. I mean, it's just like it's just overwhelming how many beings are there. And, it's sacred ground. And it's sacred ground. So absolutely, I want to plug into that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Um, so then they go on to say, we come forth from a distant galaxy. We join the reunification process that Earth now is in particularly good stead to achieve. You have been the lone star reluctant to participate in galactic matters, and now we welcome you to the foray. You can see the benefits of joining the council. We herald the time that soon approaches as your planet formally ascends into the Federation. Participation has always been present, but by a few relegated to honor their service to your kind. We speak now of other unique spaces within your planet. Most often, they are located within the confines of your planet. Mountains are often a peculiar sacred place. The pyramids that represent the mountain's form can also channel unique and divisive energy. The centrifugal forces created within the circular mounds of many of your sacred spaces are to be watched with wonder. To enter these spaces should be not done without preparation, meditative stilling of the mind, and preparation. These are powerful centrifugal forces and should not be entered without the proper stilling of the body and the mind. We see that you understand. Who are we? That is immaterial. We serve the many, as do all of our brothers and sisters. We've moved past the need for physical form and for individual identification. We work with the thought processes of lower astral beings to assist them in ascending to a place where the bodily form is not necessary. You are close, dearest one, to being free from the chains of the matrix which holds you in prison. So there's a lot to cover there, but we've talked about a lot of this stuff. But what are your thoughts about, hey, being close to moving beyond the need for a physical form, which we're all heading that way. But What are your
Yeah,
thoughts on this? There's
yeah, and
one.
it's so interesting. We have a lot of these beings who don't have an individual name. They don't identify with the individual. They identify with their group. And I do think, brother, in meditation, I'm able to get to that space where, I'm free from the physical form, and it is so luscious. And yeah, so I'm all about breaking through from the matrix, staying there. That's the key. I can get into that great space, but it's staying there throughout the day. That's not there yet, but hopefully, God willing, soon. What about for you?
Yeah, and I mean, just like the message about a lot of different things about, mountains are a sacred space, and we've got that message before. I know is in Tucson, and they were telling me, oh, we get take advantage of being near in the mountains, and that yeah, the centrifugal forces of the circular mounds. I think those are like the Indian mounds and things like that. Um, we've gotten things about that's the problem with our houses and dwellings today is everything is, square or rectangular, and that the energy flows in circular. So that's like the teepees and the, houses we'll be living in circular structures moving forward, I think, down the road, don't you think? Or some sort of and anyway, that's what they say. It's like all the energy gets caught in the corners in our abodes, as they call them. So there's a lot that aligns with past messages, but I still think it's really interesting.
And you don't have to travel to Peru to go to these sacred sites. So right now I'm in Ohio, where Brian and I grew up. And Brian, one day we got to go to the Serpent Mound. There is this very ancient site in Ohio called the Serpent Mound that they still don't know, what the heck is going on there. But it's, you know, and I know where I lived in St. Petersburg, Florida, that there were Native American sacred mounds there that were protected too. So they're all over this country. You don't have to go to, Stonehenge or the Sacred Valley of the Peru. They're right here.
Yeah, good point. I forgot about that in Ohio, but yeah, I'm sure there
We
are.
got to do that one day. I mean,
Uh,
we've just got to do that. I mean, we've got to. I'm putting it in our future, brother.
Sounds good.
Um, but anyway, I'll close us off with another group of new beings. This was from May 25th of 2025, and they said, "Hello, we speak through this vessel once more. We are pleased to make your acquaintance. We hail forth from a distant star. Our names are known in your world language. However, we prefer," and then I say, "Is this the Watchers?" "No, it is not," they say. "We come under a different name, known by your peoples. We call forth for many to abscond from their rightful duties. How is all to be accomplished in this now, in such a compressed time? Have no concerns. We manage the elastic nature of time." Okay, think about that. They manage the elastic nature of time. Oh boy, there's a lot I could talk to them about that. Pursuing every opportunity to expand the good within this capacity. Our rightful position is here with you and those that choose to witness the growth of Earth's blossoming. This is a rare opportunity to create the future. That all desire the implementation requires forethought and growth for the individual party. You see the analogy we provide. We shall speak through you now. The tree that you envision is like a blossoming of this planet. Every bud needs to spout forth to create the ultimate opportunity to reach the heavens and the interior of the planet. I'm going to stop there and then they go into where they're located. So, um, because like you said, Brian, there is a lot to unpack there. What calls forth for you from that first part that I recounted?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the biggest thing I thought the too is like the elastic nature of time. I think we've read that you can like speed up or make things slow down and request that from those above. So it is like it's not fixed. I mean, we also have read how the time is getting faster, but there is this elastic nature of time, and you can request if you're needs to if you're late or I don't know. There's different ways of doing different things, but I've read books where people trying to ask for help with that. Have you ever tried anything along
Well,
those
I
lines?
know we've read two books about that. The one from Maureen St. Germain, who would specifically request, like she has a story where I think she had to get her son to the airport. Do you remember that
Yeah,
story?
yeah,
And he was going to miss his flight. I think it was like an international flight, and there was no way they overslept, and there was no way that the time they had they would get. And so she just asked for help, and it all worked out. But then that other book that we read on quantum jumping,
that's right.
if you remember, she said that because if you do pay attention, sometimes like it's time, you can see it. Like, I'll be in the gym and I'll be on the treadmill, and it's like, okay, the time clock is moving slower, and then sometimes it's moving faster. And then she says if you see, great differences in the time, it may be a symptom of jumping from one reality to another, which she says we do all the time, but we're unaware of it. And that can be one of the markers is that, the time is not consistent. So, yeah, it's really, and then if we go on to Dolores Cannon, she talks about in a lot of those encounters with UFOs that the elasticity of time is present, where people will come back and it's been either too short a period of time or too long a period of time. So,
Right. Yeah, very true.
yeah. So I'll continue and they say our nexus is located within the circumspect nature of the ever-present light on this glorious planet. We do not sail in the skies like many of our compatriots, nor do we swim or live beneath your seas. Our homes are fortified within the mountain strongholds in the central portion of your planet. Our ideal temperatures are sought by many but reached by few. So where do you think that is, brother?
I don't know. One of the mountain ranges either in the Rockies or could be in the range in, I don't know, in the Nepal or I'm not sure, but one of the, you know, mountain ranges on the earth. But interesting because we've read also that that's where like Saint Germain is in Mount Shasta, right? And there's it's home for um a lot of different beings that find the solace and so and all the ascended masters that are in Nepal and living in the mountains up there and things like that. So it's interesting. Maybe I would. I wonder if it'd be. If I'd guess, I'd probably say Nepal. Nepal, but it could be anywhere.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. I'll be there in October. What I think of is Mexico. I don't know if because that's kind of in the central portion of the planet, and there's a lot of star beings who are in Mexico. Um,
Yeah.
but I've really enjoyed this, brother. This is a fascinating episode. Thank you for pulling this all together.
Well, thank you for being the one to bring it to us. So it's a good team. So thanks to all you for joining us, and we'll talk to you next time.